Do you have a plan to increase security in places like that?
The district has up-to-date and well-tested emergency response plans.
12 seconds beating Jackson. Tiger
This program was produced by Lenape District Television.
Hello, and thank you for joining us at the beautiful Shawnee High School, where today the Southern Regional Rams will be taking on the Shawnee Renegades in the South Jersey Group 4 semifinals. I'm Scott Minshaw, joined by Scott Glosner. Scott, what can we expect from today's game?
Well, hi, Scott, first of all. Well, I don't know what to expect. You don't know much about Southern. They're coming off a huge victory, upsetting the number 6 seed. But now they come here to Shawnee, and Shawnee's very tough at home. And I look for the Renegades to advance to the next round here of the playoffs on LDTV.
Well, it definitely seems like it's going to be a great game, so stick around.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or comegnolaw.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003 or on the web at www.pwpm.net. And by Heads Up, Eyes Forward. Please never drive distracted. www.lrhsd.org/heads-up. For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 8680, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
Interscholastic Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help to promote good sports.
Hello, and welcome back to Shawnee High School. We are just moments away now from the game, and now we're going to take it to the keys of the game.
Gender, ethnicity,
Sponsored by AXA Equitable, providing millions of Americans with life insurance and annuities and other needs-based products since 1859. AXA Equitable, be life confident.
resultant penalties being assessed against your team. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this.
Well, the first key today is going to be for Southern Regional, and they need to possess the ball with a purpose.
Yeah, either get it out of their own zone, to attack into the Shawnee zone, or to set up a scoring chance. But have a purpose when the ball's on your foot.
Well, the next one's going to be for Shawnee, and they need to play with a sense of urgency in today's matchup.
Yeah, as the higher seed, the longer this game stays 0-0 or close, the more confidence Southern will have, as they already have, coming off a big win in the previous round.
And finally, it's going to be crucial for both teams to execute set pieces.
Direct kicks, corner kicks, any kind of direct plays, direct pieces as they're called like that, will be vital for the teams to take advantage of.
Number 7, Colin McHugh.
Well, now they're introducing both teams' starting lineups.
First for the Southern Regional Rams, the number 11 seed here in South Jersey Group 4 boys soccer. Coming off a big win, as I've said a couple times, over the 6 seed Williamstown Braves. But it's a whole different level when you come to Shawnee High School and take on the perennial contender in the Shawnee Renegades. Winner moves on to the semifinals. Loser, their season is over. And that's a very, very difficult thing to take. You know, that's, you know, the thing about playoffs in any sport, you know, a one-game playoff, not, you know, not like the World Series or Stanley Cup playoffs where it's a 7-game series. But this is like a Game 7 today. You win, you go on. You lose, you go home.
Oh, and it's, especially at the high school level, it's extremely important because for some of these guys, this could be the last form of competitive soccer they play. So they're going to give everything that they've ever played. You know, these guys have been playing soccer, some of them for probably 15, 16 years, and it all comes down to today's game.
Great point. That's a fabulous point, Scott, because this has been maybe a 4-year high school career for some of them, and now all of a sudden reality sets in that if you lose this game, your high school career is over. And as you said, you know, the small percentage of young athletes who move on to the collegiate level and obviously the pro level in other sports as well as soccer, it's a pressure-packed moment. You don't want this to be your last game. See our two officials there at midfield as well.
Would everybody please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
You see the teams are now preparing to get this match underway at center field. Both teams now making their way over the sidelines, getting their final huddles ready. Their coaches getting their last words in with their teams, letting them know that, guys, this is what we've been working for all season, and let's make sure we play with our best games today.
Renegades getting their last little instructions from head coach Ryan Franks.
Interesting point we were talking about earlier today. Southern Regional looks like they only have one coach on the bench tonight, so it seems as if their starters are talking by themselves out there.
Well, you know, I got a chance to just quickly make a joke with the coach that he got deserted, but it sounded like, you know, even though he shows lists to assistants, the bulk of the work is done by Coach Lockhart himself. So kudos to him by putting in all that effort and time and to bring a successful program to Southern Regional High School.
Well, both teams setting up in their starting positions now. Looks like we're getting ready to start some playoff soccer here.
Beautiful afternoon here for this game.
Be interested today to see if senior Matt Mottershead, the other goalie for Shawnee, gets any time. Last time we saw these guys play, Matt Mottershead had an injury that had him sidelined. I was speaking to him earlier today. He said he is cleared to play, but they weren't sure if he was ready to jump back in. He hasn't been to too many practices since his injury. Hasn't been able to play. So
that puts the onus, I guess, on Phil Gardella.
All right, so the regional has it now down in the bottom corner of your screen.
Braden Dugan is in goal for the Rams this afternoon. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Shawnee. It's like number 11, Vaughn Papa, to throw in for Shawnee.
All right, here comes Vaughn Paga, throwing it down towards the center of the net. That's going to be headed up by Regional. Shawnee doing a nice job to keep it to the outside. Some nice speed by Regional to try to break through. Shawnee's going to be able to keep it, though, keep control.
Yeah,
Shawnee passing it back.
I'm sorry, Scott. Unlike a game where you're playing, you know, say a Lenape that you play a couple times, and Cherokee that you play a couple of times, and, you know, Seneca that you've played over the years, these two teams don't meet very much. So it wouldn't surprise me if the first 2, 3, 4 minutes even are a little bit of a feeling out process between the two schools.
Oh, yeah, most of these players, especially if they're sophomores or even freshmen, would have probably never seen this team before today's matchup. You know, some of the seniors and juniors maybe, but I would definitely agree with you there that it'll be interesting to see how these players react when playing a team that they probably have not played that much in the past. Here goes Regional with the to kick it back into play. Shawnee maintaining control, getting it down the field. Southern with a nice kick up. There's Southern making their way. And they'll go out of bounds, and Shawnee will get the throw in. There's James Murray throwing it in towards the center of the field. Nice footwork there by Shawnee to get it back and get control back towards their end, looking to see where they can go up the field with this. Brent Funk has the ball. He's going to put it down to the far sideline. It's a little bit of, looks like he got tripped up there a little bit, and
The ball got tangled in between its feet and couldn't do much with it, and it just rolled out of bounds.
nice head by Shawnee to get back towards the center. A little bit of bump there. Shawnee looks like they'll gain control of it. Trying to get back. Southern's now making their way up the field. Little trip there over on the far side. Southern will get control of this when it gets back into play. There's Southern with a nice bomb down in Shawnee's zone. Oh, nice head there to get it right back out. Shawnee moving it right into Southern territory. Nice pass, yo.
Offside.
That was a missed opportunity by Shawnee. Great play, great look. He just maybe a little bit ahead of it. Really nice chip pass there to give him the shooting lane there. There's Samuel Ikos putting it down the field. Vaughn Pago will take control of it for Shawnee. That'll be passed into goaltender Philip Gardella.
Gonna be a goal kick for the Renegades here.
There goes Gardella. Be put up high by Southern. It looks like it went off the head of a Southern player there, and that'll be passed back to Paga. Paga comes across to James Murray. Murray with some nice footwork to get around the Southern defender there. Ooh, good footwork there by Murray to get free. He's going to give a pass up the center. Goes back to Murray. Murray back to Paga. Paga again to Murray. Murray back to Paga. It's going to be high at center field. It's going to be headed by Devin Ribeiro. Ball will be passed to Ribeiro, who will put it down from midfield.
So far, most of this game being played in the midfield area between the 30s, if you will, which is not unexpected.
I believe the last game me and you did together here was a boys soccer game that was played pretty much between the 30s, and
0-0 double overtime.
definitely teams look pretty evenly matched on both ends, offense and defense. They seem to just be locking each other up. Here's a chance for Shawnee. That'll be kicked out by Southern.
Nice head ball right there.
Here comes Shawnee. That was Kane Feudner, who's a basketball player. We've seen him before this season using his height and his ability to jump to kick up and head the ball into the net. That almost looked like he had an opportunity there.
Yeah, I don't know if you did the game with me here or not, but we had Seneca against Shawnee.
Yeah, and I believe he
with
got the goal with
50 seconds to go
about 58 seconds left to go on a header like that.
From the corner off a corner kick. Taking full advantage of that height that he has.
From what I've seen from Shawnee soccer so far, it seems as Kane Feudner is frequently, they plant him in front of the net and he uses his size and his ability to jump to just get up there and head those balls in, where the goalie and the defenders for whichever team they're playing can't really, not much you can do to stop that. All right, Vaughn Paga's getting ready to throw this in for Shawnee over on the far side. Paga puts it towards the front of the net.
Nicely headed out defensively by Southern.
Nice play there by Shawnee to put it down towards the front of the net. It's laying there for Shawnee. Kane Feudner is going to knock it off his head, put it in. A Southern defender will then kick it to about midfield. James Murray right on top of Southern's Kevin Kiernan there, making sure he has nowhere to go with it. Be kicked back down. Southern's putting it back into Shawnee territory. Go right on the feet of Murray. Murray doing a nice foot move there to get free. Shawnee trying to go to the outside. They'll be intercepted by Southern. Southern will put it deep down towards Shawnee. Whoa. It's a nice little play. Here comes Shawnee bringing it in front. Shawnee, a nice pass. He's got a shot. What a play by Southern defender there. Didn't quite get the number, but a great stop by
Colin McHugh, number 7, deflected it and it rolled harmlessly in on the goalkeeper.
Wow, what a play there by
great series of passes though to get it right through.
Oh yeah, they were
a good scoring chance.
Shawnee was threading the needle there to give him the shot. He had a open shot on it. Great defensive play by Southern. There's one down off the head of Caden Feudner. Using speed, here comes Murray. Murray's gonna put it across. Rolled right across, no win there, but another really great scoring opportunity for Shawnee. Here's just throw in, defender Samuel Icos is gonna throw this in for Southern. Here goes Icos with the throw. Oh, nice head by Devin Rivera to get that going towards Southern. Bishkoff putting that up the field. Here goes Dan Goodson. Gambino's right on top of it to put it up towards Goldman. Southern will take control. Ball's coming down towards midfield. James Murray will take control of it. He'll pass it back down to Paga. Paga will put it up to Ryan Lorenz. Brian Lorenz doing a spin move to get around Southern there. He's carrying it through. He's going to tap that over to Goldman. Goldman will put that just wide, put that down the corner. Be a goal kick for Southern. Again, Shawnee really using their speed and footwork to get free and get some opportunities early in this game. It's a deep kick for Southern. It's headed. Off the knees of a Southern defender.
Nice ball under the wing. See if they can get a good cross in here. Oh, nice inside move.
There goes a shot opportunity. That'll be scooped up by Philip Gardella.
Gardella did a nice job there holding his ground. The Southern attacker didn't get as much as he would have liked on it, but Gardella was in the right spot.
Yeah, Gardella made sure to have his position in there, made sure he was going to make that save. It's a nice move by Southern to get it moving upfield. Southern coming up with some momentum. Gardella's leaving the net. Oh, and what a nice defensive play there by Vaughn Pag. Philip Gardella was coming out for that ball. It looks like, I think that was number 13, Dylan Blovlet. I think Blovlet may have had a step on Gardella. If he had been able to get it up, he might have.
He had a good angle, so he couldn't turn the corner to get anything around in front. Eventually, the ball was deflected out of bounds by the strong defensive play by Shawnee, results in a throw-in. Now Southern trying to, there's your cross
Southern
that you're
putting
looking
it
for.
apart.
Good job by Gardella.
Good play there by Gardella.
Aggressive.
Played with Gardella in hockey before. He's a tall guy, and he's using his size to just get out there and jump up and get that ball. Giving Southern no chance at all to get a header there. There's Brett Funk getting his head up and getting going the other way. Here comes Southern. So nice keep in by Shawnee to keep it in bounds, keep the play going. Over to James Murray. James Murray's going to put it up to Gambino. Gambino trying to go. That's going to get blocked up by Southern.
Yeah, Bradley Bischoff with a nice block at midfield there. Now Bischoff looking, harassed by a couple of Shawnee defenders.
Keeping his ground though, holding on to the ball. He's going to put it down towards the corner. Be intercepted by Shawnee, and the ball's going the other way now. Shawnee's got 3 defenders. It's a nice defensive play there by Southern. Stop them before they have the chance to get anything going. Goes Bischoff putting it across. Here comes Shawnee's number 17, Brian Lorenz. Lorenz is going to put it up towards Goldman. Back to Ribeiro. Ribeiro putting it deep, looking for Cade Feudner. The ball's up. Good stop there by goalkeeper Braden Dugan. Here comes Southern. Cade Feudner staying right on top of him. Lemming making his way up. He's going to put one deep. Gardella will come out and make the stop. Gardella looking at his team, seeing where he can go with this ball. He's going to put one high and deep towards midfield. That'll be headed in towards Shawnee's territory. Nice little kick there. This will result in a throw-in for Shawnee. Shawnee looking up. Goldman will take control of that. Goldman will put it back towards Funk. Funk putting it across. Oh, he's going to leave that in front. Southern will be right on top of that.
Unforced error there. Shot from long range goes wide. Goal kick for the Renegades.
Goes Phil Gardella, ready to take this goal kick out. Put the ball hopefully deep into Southern territory. Gardella putting it out. That's going to be kicked up, brought in towards Shawnee. Another pass. Cade Feudner picks it up, trying to get it through. Southern defenders are going to be able to stop that. Comes Shawnee trying to spin out of it.
We get a foul there, so it'll be a kick for Southern. A little too much aggression on the part of the Shawnee player.
All right, well, let's take a look at the Ivy Rehab. Let's take a look at Ivy Rehab replay. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com.
This was a couple of nice series of passes,
As you see there, Shawnee has
eventually ending up on Lorenz's foot. And there's the nice stop. Nice defensive block by Colin McHugh, and then rolls right to the goaltender, Dugan.
Yeah, that was a big stop for McHugh. That could have been a dangerous situation had he not been there. He had pretty much a wide open look at the net. McHugh just hustled to get across and get a foot on it. There's a nice...
Oh, nice drive, just a little high and wide. But boy, that had the upper right corner targeted.
If that ball had been a foot or two lower, that Gardell looks like he almost tripped there. So.
Yeah, he didn't get good ups, as they like to say. Couple of subs coming in for the Renegades now.
There's Shawnee putting one deep. Kane Feudner with a one-on-one. Southern will take on it, be right on it though, and go out of bounds and result in a Shawnee throw-in. Goes Paga to Lorenz. Lorenz using a nice little foot move there and some speed to keep control of that ball. He'll put it back towards Funk. Funk will put a nice pass that'll be taken control by Shawnee. Shawnee putting it down towards the net. That'll be controlled by Southern and taken down the other way. There goes Funk putting it down. That'll roll past the net and result in a goal kick for.
Ball scooped up by Dugan.
Dugan surveying the field before rolling it out to Bischoff. Bischoff's going to put it up towards Lemming. Lemming controlling it now.
Errant pass headed down the right
Looking
side.
for Nico Leonard,
Yep.
a little bit too high on him, so results in another throw-in for Shawnee. That'll roll off the head of Artis. Brett Funk will scoop that up for Shawnee and put it down to Artis. Artis looking upfield. Nice little move there to get free. He's going to put it back to Kane Feudner. Feudner. He's going to roll that towards Aiden Lewis. Lewis will get control. Go back.
Pressured nicely on the defensive end, though. Nice chip.
There's a nice chip shot. Nice.
Oh.
What a grab there by Dugan. He had Feudner right behind him. If Dugan had missed that at all, that would have been a pretty wide open net. Over to Artis. Artis is chip fast to Feudner. Feudner looking back for Artis. Artis running for it now. He'll be beaten by Southern.
Got it wedged off there by Benjamin Hanneman, who allowed the ball to roll out over the end line, resulting in the goal kick for the Rams.
Nice play by Hanneman there to kind of cut the angle off for Artis and make sure he doesn't get that shot off. Here comes Southern driving the net hard now. That'll be a whistle, and looks like Southern will take over control. It's a nice pass towards the net. And go wide.
Looks like we got our first corner. It appears we have our first corner. Looks like the referee pointed towards the flag over there in the corner, which results in really our first set play of the afternoon.
So, it's one of the keys of the game to for Southern Regional. They have to make sure to take advantage of these opportunities, make sure that they have their set plays, make sure they get a good scoring opportunity here. It's a nice high chip. Southern has a chance. Oh, looks like it.
Well defended there by Shawnee, but it looked like maybe number 4, James Murray, who did a nice job there to prevent the ball from even rolling towards the goal line.
So I wasn't quite sure of the numbers, but it seemed like something down there. Somebody made a nice stop and made sure that ball didn't have any chance of going in.
Last 3 or 4 minutes, Southern seemed to pick up the pace here, at least the attack pace. They've spent the majority of the last 3 to 5 minutes in the Shawnee zone.
Yeah, it definitely seems as if Southern is starting to get a little bit more aggressive. They're starting to get a little momentum going. Shawnee needs to change that and start attacking more. Here comes Shawnee. Here comes Aiden Lewis actually with a chance. Be scooped up by Dugan. Nice heads-up play by Dugan to get out and scoop that up before Lewis had a shot at it. Nice deep ball. Go off the head of Murray. The head of Artis. Roll up to Goldman, will then Southern Regional control. A couple nice passes there by Regional to get going with it. There's Gambino. Gambino putting it back towards Funk. Funk will put it deep. Aiden Lewis will take control of it. Lewis putting it towards the front of the net. Artist in there, he's gonna head it back in front. That was a good scoring opportunity, just past the little bit behind the other Shawnee player standing there. That'll be a foul on
Coach didn't like that call.
Yeah, I saw Coach and
Very animated.
one of the officials exchange a few words.
But I liked the way the official handled it. He said, "Look, Coach, he still came into him. Let's play here."
Big opportunity here for Shawnee. Jackson Goldman will be taking this kick. It's a kick towards the front.
I think it glanced off his head. I think that's going to be a Shawnee corner. It is. Looks like Ben Delmeyer, number 18, over there in the corner.
I believe that is Delmeyer.
Let's see where Feudner is. Remember, this is the play that they like to set up with the 6'6" Feudner.
There goes Feudner looking for it.
He's up.
Feudner's going to
There's
go
the
off
head.
his head.
Just deflected it wide. Now they set it up again, and Feudner didn't get all of it.
They were looking for it. You tell there the other Shawnee players just kind of back down and let it come right to Feudner. He was going to try to take it out there. It's going to go a little bit wide of the net. Good opportunity, though. Good try. Just didn't quite get all of it there.
Strong foot there.
It's off the head of Ribeiro, who's going to fall at midfield but get right back up. Here comes Ribeiro. Going to put it up towards Lewis. Lewis will put it back. Shawnee back again. Go across to Murray. Just pull over the feet of Delmeyer.
Can't say, but a good contingent of Shawnee student body has come to join to root for their fellow classmates, schoolmates.
Yeah, Shawnee really has got a little bit of a student section going here. You know, a game right after school, they probably made an announcement, just had quite a few people walk right out into the turf.
Well, especially a playoff game. It's a big one. Low ball there, easy to defend for the Renegades. I think we're looking to try to get more. You want to get more air than that underneath that ball.
Yeah, try to get going down the other way. It seemed the Renegades were just able to step in front of that and change the momentum up. There goes Murray, looking to see where he can go with it. Nice footwork there to get free. He's going to put it back towards Paga. He's going to go deep. Here goes Shawnee, a nice defensive play there by number 12, Samuel Icoves. Icoves stepping in front of that, cutting off the pass. Gardello call off Brett Funk, and he'll come out and grab it himself. Gardello with a nice high long ball down towards past midfield. Can go over the head of Feudner and be deflected down the other way by Southern. That'll roll past the Shawnee goal and result in a goal kick. It's a nice tick by Phil Gardella down to center field. Kane Feudner trying to get free there. He's going to be kicked off. Here comes Southern with the attack. Gardella rushing out to that, see if he can get foot on it. Not able to. It'll roll past. It'll be a goal kick for Shawnee. I think that's actually going to be a corner for Southern. Here goes Southern with their first corner of the game. Down towards the front of the net, off the head. Good defensive play there by Shawnee to get it out. Comes from James Murray, now up the field. James Murray getting right back on top of it. Putting it back to Artis. Artis back to Paga. Paga across to Ribeiro. Ribeiro down to the far sideline. Shawnee moving their way up the field, now over to Lewis. Lewis looking ahead with it. He's going to give it across to Goodson. Goodson now making his way towards the center. He gets through the defenders, and he's going to be tripped up. There goes Ribeiro. Sticking right on top of Southern. Here goes Aiden Lewis. Gonna try to chip it across. Southern will take control. Oh, here comes Shawnee with the chance. Oh, and that's gonna go just wide of the net. Another good opportunity there for Shawnee.
Yeah, that was James Murray who got a lot of foot on it, but just missed the far post. I think Jackson Goldman coming back in, going to give Kane Feudner a little rest.
We've got about 30 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Southern Regional from deep. Put it back to about midfield. They'll be kicked up by Aiden Lewis. Go out of bounds and result in a throw-in for Southern. Samuel Icoves taking this throw-in. There goes Ribeiro fighting for it. Goes Southern.
Ball goes over the end line, and we're going to have a goal kick for Shawnee. Phil Gardella takes the kick for the Renegades from his 6th. As we're under 10 minutes remaining in a scoreless first half here in the South Jersey Group 4 quarterfinal matchup.
There goes Gardella putting one deep. I like the way Gardella takes kicks from down his goal. He always makes sure to get enough air on them, and as well as getting them deep down the field. Gives his teammates a good chance to get a play going. There goes Paga. Paga will do a tap pass. I'll go from right back to him. The head of the Southern defender there. Ribeiro fighting for it. Here comes Shawnee making their way across midfield now. There's Ribeiro kicking it back up.
Yeah, it looked like Southern had something working on the wing there and deflected off the shin and right to Ribeiro, who didn't waste any time in sending it on its way.
Shawnee will take control at the 30 now. Looking upfield. Here comes Shawnee kicking it back up towards the center. That's Goldman. Goldman will put it back to Lorenz. Lorenz will go back to Paga. Paga putting in front to Feudner will go over his head and be deflected back by Southern.
It's got to go up pretty high to get over his head.
Brett Funk. So yeah, a little bit of missed the ball there first, but made sure to get right back on it and put it back up. Here comes Paga now. Paga cutting his way through defenders. Paga making his way to the center. He's going to put it across over to Lewis.
Just went through.
Paga made his way with some speed getting across. Paga. Here goes Ribeiro chipping it up. Shawnee has the chance now. Goalie's out for it. Scooped up by Dugan.
Third or fourth time that just, 6-8 feet too far, and it allowed the ball to roll in on the goal. They're going to get Ribeiro for a foul there.
Nice defensive play by Ribeiro, stopping it up. Maybe a little bit too aggressive on it, but stopped them. There's a nice kick by Southern in towards the Shawnee net. It's up and it's brought back out. That ball will be pushed out of bounds and result in a kick in for Southern. Throw in for Southern. Well, Scott, as you were saying earlier, the Shawnee student section is really filling out. They are, Shawnee's really showing up in numbers for this game.
Six minutes now remaining in the first half. And Southern's had a couple of corners. Shawnee's had one. But other than that, we haven't had that many really good scoring opportunities.
Yeah, both teams, I would say, have been pretty much even so far. It's just been a good game played between the 30s.
Probably the best chance was Lorenz earlier, and his attempt was blocked off by McHugh and rolled harmlessly in on the goalkeeper. That's really the best scoring chance we've seen the first half. Both teams playing solid defense. There's a drive, but it goes wide.
Just seems like there's been a couple of wide shots. Teams of halftime, they got to pull their guys together and say we got to start taking advantage of the opportunities that we're given.
Well, and the thing you got to wonder about, the long game, still 45 minutes left in this half, 40 in the second. But I talked in the opener about, when you're a higher ranked team, there's really more pressure on you. The 11 seed, they didn't expect to be here. I mean, expect's probably the wrong word, but, the seeding said they shouldn't be here. This should be Williamstown here. And so maybe Williamstown took them a bit lightly. Shawnee's certainly not taking them lightly, but this Southern team is playing a very strong defensive game.
Oh, yeah, they've been on top of every single opportunity Shawnee has. Early we showed a replay of one where the goal was probably pretty much saved by the defense. Just Giving maximum effort, coming across and stopping Shawnee right in his tracks. Be pushed back towards Paga. Paga will put it across to Murray. Murray will put it up, tap back to Murray. Comes Artis. That ball looks like it's going to roll out and be a thrown in for Shawnee. Here's Ribeiro. Here's Gambino. For Murray. He's going to put it across the Funk. We'll put it up the field. There's a kick over towards Southern. Southern will take control on the far sideline. Ribeiro's on top of it. Good defensive play there by Ribeiro, blocking that shot towards the center.
Yeah, he blocked the centering pass and then controlled it with his foot and eventually drew the foul on Southern.
Great defensive play there by Ribeiro, stopping that opportunity. I think that's Paga for Shawnee down in the deep corner, getting ready to kick this one back into play. That kick will be high and deep.
Nice header directed right to his teammate.
Oh, there's a nice play. Another nice play by Ribeiro stopping that ball. So another one. Here comes Southern in on the attack. Southern's going to take a nice high drive. Scooped up by Gardella. Good job by Gardella. Make sure he's in front of that ball.
Yeah, and he came out. He was very aggressive. He didn't stay back in his goal and possibly let the ball either go to a Southern player or play him. So that's good work by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Gardella makes sure to stand his ground, doesn't get backed up by any offenders running in towards him. Stays right on top of it. There's Paga with the chip up off the head of Southern. Southern will put it back in and trying to chip it back. Be broken up by Shawnee. Shawnee fighting for control. Here comes Southern. Southern coming in with some speed.
Again broken up by the Shawnee defenders.
Here comes Shawnee.
Just a touch behind Lorenz and he had to go back and get it, and that kind of disrupted the momentum of the play.
Yeah, especially, in a sport like soccer, when you disrupt the momentum like that, the whole play kind of gets thrown off. You need just everybody to be running at full speed. Minute 30 left to play here in the first half of this quarterfinal matchup. Oh, there's a Shawnee player knocked down. There's Paga running for it. Paga doing a nice job to keep the Southern player off of it. One will be knocked out of bounds. Paga for the throw-in. Kane Feudner jumping up for it. Here we are in the last minute of play of this first half. All right, well, let's take a look at the replay. Ivory Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivoryrehab.com.
This is a nice, look at that nice footwork by Ribeiro. The steal and then takes possession and then eventually gets fouled by the defender or the attacker, but in this case became a defender. He was an attack defender or a defending attacker.
There's Ribeiro again at center field, or midfield rather.
Oh, tried to come left side to Lorenz. Bischoff did a nice job stepping in there.
A couple big plays by Bischoff in this first half, defensively. Heads up soccer, just making sure he stepped in front of that. There's a nice
long ball. It's probably going to end the half right here on this ball. As it wouldn't surprise me
that'll
if
end the half.
Braden Dugan just holds on to the ball.
Very even.
Very evenly played, absolutely, yes. Very evenly played. Few scoring chances. The best of the bunch was probably Lorenz, broken up by McHugh, and then right near the end of the half, a great defensive play by Ribeiro.
Well, both teams definitely have some stuff to talk about at halftime, but overall, good game so far for both Southern Regional and Shawnee. Definitely does not seem like that much of a mismatch.
No,
When
not
you
at
look
all.
On paper, it really is.
And 40 minutes in the
Pretty big
books.
mismatch, yeah. 40 minutes in the books. You're both tied up. The game has pretty much been played in between the 30s.
So it'll be interesting to see what, if any, adjustments either or both teams make during this 12-minute time, or 10-minute time, I should say, between halves.
Well, there you can see at the end of the first half, we're still tied up at 0-0 here in the South Jersey Group 4 Round 2 playoffs. All right, well, we'll be back with second half action right after this word from our sponsors.
Sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or ComegnoLaw.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003 or on the web at www.pwpm.net. And by Heads Up, Eyes Forward. Please never drive distracted. www.lrhsd.org/headsup. For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 8680, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org. Beginning with the 2015-2016 school year, the Lenape Regional High School District is adopting a new 4-day rotating schedule. This schedule results in many added benefits for students, including increased instructional time, fewer course conflicts, and additional opportunities for character and community building. Before detailing the new schedule, let's first review the previous 13-period schedule that was used throughout the district. This schedule includes 4 42-minute classes, periods 1, 2, 3, and 13. The remaining 9 classes are composed of even-numbered periods, which are 25 minutes, and odd-numbered periods, which are 12 minutes, and a 5-minute break between each for students and staff to pass from one room to another. These abbreviated periods allow for the staggering of student lunch periods throughout the day. When students are not eating lunch, they remain in the same classroom for an even period, an odd period, and the 5-minute break between. This time adds up to 42 minutes, the same as the other 4 standard class periods. However, this schedule does present limitations, particularly in course availability for students. In most cases, the lunch period a student has dictates the courses available to them. For example, if French 3 was only offered during period 5-6, only students with 4th period lunch could take the class, without being forced to take a split study hall to fill in their schedule, and thus only attending 7 instructional periods. A solution to this scheduling conflict could be to change the period that French 3 is offered, but solving one student's conflict potentially creates conflicts for hundreds of other students. Another drawback with the previous schedule is that students and faculty spend a great deal of time each day just getting from class to class. Due to the 13-period school day, and allowing 5 minutes to get from one room to another, the previous schedule had 45 minutes of passing time each day. Add to that a 10-minute homeroom and 25-minute lunch period, and there are 80 minutes per day that are unavailable for instruction. The new 4-day rotating schedule has 2 main instructional wheels, separated by a 50-minute lunch and learn time. In the AM wheel, periods 1 through 4 meet before lunch, an average of 4 times per week on a daily rotation. In the PM wheel, periods 5 through 8 meet after lunch, an average of 4 times per week, also on a daily rotation. Each instructional period grows from the previous 42 minutes to 57 minutes. By increasing the instructional time, teachers have more time to direct active learning, and instructional strategies like group work, collaboration, peer editing, labs, and hands-on projects. With fewer classes meeting per day and only 20 minutes of passing time needed, the new 4-day rotating schedule has less than half the time spent getting from class to class than the previous schedule, resulting in 25 minutes reclaimed for more meaningful activities. When added to the traditional 25-minute lunch, the result is a 50-minute community lunch and learn period. Lunch and learn is not only a time for the school community to eat and refuel, but an opportunity for students to get extra help from teachers, catch up on assignments, and meet with clubs and organizations. Many students cannot stay after school for extra help, have other obligations, or simply don't want to miss the bus. Students are more apt to get involved when time is built into the school day. Students also have the ability to eat lunch with whom they want to, rather than whom they're scheduled with, in numerous areas around the school. Areas like the Media Center will be accessible for students to meet with peer study groups and research projects. Teachers can choose to be available for extra help. Volunteer activity advisors can hold their club meetings. TV broadcasting students can produce daily news shows. Students can get a head start on their homework. The community lunch and learn can be as great as the staff and students make it. The Lenape District respects students and knows that when given the opportunity, they will make responsible decisions that will help to develop their character and leadership. To review, in the new 4-day rotating schedule, every class meets an average of 4 times per week, but for longer, more concentrated periods of time. There are fewer course conflicts, and by not having all 8 classes meet each day, more time is spent on instruction rather than walking the hallways. The new community lunch and learn allows students to direct their free time based on what they need. It fosters a family atmosphere that promotes self-direction, independence, responsibility, and accountability. Our high school courses prepare students for academic success in college. The 4-day rotating schedule can help prepare them too. It provides a natural transition from the traditional 7 or 8 period schedule, where every class meets every day, used by most middle schools, to a schedule that will better prepare students for some of the otherwise intangible skills needed for college, like making wise, independent decisions on a daily basis.
Well, welcome back to Shawnee High School, where the second half of the South Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals have just gotten underway. I'm Scott Mitchell, joined by Scott Glausner.
All right, so the teams switch ends for the second half, so now Shawnee will go left to right on your screen in the dark blue jerseys, and of course the Southern Regional Rams in the white will go right to left.
All right, here comes Shawnee making their way up the far side, getting a quick start in the second half, cutting back towards the center. He's going to put it across to Funer. Funer
Nice.
doing a nice move to get free. There's the shot. Oh,
Boy, the best.
Funer putting it just above the net.
Best scoring chance of the day, and Kane Funer was one-on-one with the goalie and just hit it too high.
Shawnee did a beautiful job bringing their way across the field there, opening up the goal a little bit, putting it across to Funer. Funer chips it just high of the net. Great opportunity there for Shawnee.
Yeah, you can't miss that. Unfortunately, you can't miss that one. That's the one that could come back to haunt you later on.
Goes Shawnee putting it high at midfield. Funer. Goes back towards Funer. Southern will intercept. Shawnee putting it deep. Paga has one. He's got one. He's going to chip it up. The ball is
offside.
Oh.
Referee blew the whistle before the ball ever got to him, but that is
What a
offside.
play. What a play there by Shawnee either way. Dan Goodson kicking that ball perfectly. Ball went off sides though. So no goal for Shawnee.
So ball goes back to the point of the offside and a free kick for Southern. Got to give Shawnee a little momentum though, Scott. They've had, in the first minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes here of the half, they've had 2 opportunities, one negated by the offside and one just missed by Feudner.
Here goes Feudner. Oh, and that'll be, believe that's going to be a foul. Looks like Shawnee player Dan Goodson almost got his feet kicked out from under him.
And Delmeyer will get a kick here, which could, is just as good as a corner, really, here.
You got Caden Feudner over on the far side. As we were talking about earlier, he's a tall guy. You kick it over to him, he could get a nice opportunity of getting a header and putting one in. Goes Delmeyer.
That referee rules that it is a goal kick and not a corner.
Southern will kick this one back into play. Let's take a look at the offside from a couple minutes ago with the Ivy Rehab replay. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com.
There's the big chip, and you can see probably at the very end, yeah, he's past the last defender, and that's the rules. Anything past half midfield, and if you get behind the last defender before you have the ball, you're offside. Good call. Not liked by the Shawnee supporters, but the right call.
No, we heard it right behind us. We heard how Shawnee felt about that one. There's Paga putting it down. Ball will be chipped up. Goes Funk for racing for it. Oh, that looks like, cannot believe it. There's not going to be a whistle there. And there's a goal for Southern. Southern putting it across.
It appeared
What a
that Shawnee
goal there,
stopped, and you always got to play till the whistle, and no whistle came, no foul called. Referee shaking his head, and unfortunately for the Renegades, they may not agree with the call, but they stopped playing.
Yeah, Renegade Brent Funk looked like he was almost dragged to the ground down the corner, and so the whole Renegade team appeared to just stop. And
it results in the goal.
Wow, so that the lower ranked seed Southern Regional gets on the board first. Here comes Southern with control of the ball. Shawnee cutting it up. Go over to Goodson. Goodson putting it in front. There's Cade Feudner with the header. That'll be knocked down. Back towards Southern. Here goes Goodson. Oh, that'll be just knocked out by Southern. Shawnee putting it towards the net. That'll go high and wide, high and over. Good chance there for Shawnee. Again, putting the pressure on him, but not quite able to finish like Southern was able to do just a few minutes ago.
And I think it might have been, I'm not sure, I didn't have a good look because he was blocked, but it might have been the freshman Nico Leonard who got the goal, number 17.
The goal kick from Southern. Bounce through some Southern players to the feet of James Murray. Murray's going to put it across to Delmeyer. Delmeyer putting one high. Be headed by Kane Feudner to go forward. There's a chip pass for Shawnee. Shawnee back to Feudner. Feudner's going to put one on net. Good stop there by Braden Dugan. Dugan coming up big so far in this matchup. There goes Shawnee. Shawnee cutting through some defenders.
Nobody in the middle, though, to receive that pass.
Goes Ribeiro. Just kick across to Ribeiro. Ribeiro making his way across midfield. Now he's going to chip one in. Go over the head for the intended Dan Goodson. Result in a goal kick. All right, well, let's take a look at a couple replays here with the Ivy Rehab replay. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. There's the takedown by I see that there's Brent Funk for Shawnee getting taken down, and this is the reason why most of the Shawnee team really stopped playing. Yeah, you can really see there, he really did drag him to the ground. Ref didn't see anything wrong with it though. And you see the balls put across.
He may have not had a real good angle here, and there's just missed defensive assignment there.
And there's 17 freshman.
Nico Leonard takes advantage.
It's questionable whether he was taken down there or not. Definitely a something
Well,
that'll be reviewed.
whether the ref called it or not, you know, in all honesty, Shawnee expected the foul to be called and kind of let up and stopped playing at 100%. And you know, as a coach of many sports, you tell your athletes, you know, you play until the referee blows the whistle. And Shawnee didn't do that this time.
Shawnee put one across. They're going to try to spin out of it. They'll get taken back.
Free kick here for Southern. Hahnemann's done a nice job on those free kicks and goal kicks that he's taken.
Yeah, they have done a nice job
Powerful
of getting them
foot.
down.
They're going to call a block there.
Kicking this in for Southern Regional is Joseph Arico. Arico's going to put a chip in towards the Shawnee net that Devin Ribeiro will get a head on.
That was
and
a real nice head ball by Ribeiro.
yeah, getting it out. Cade Feudner putting it up to the sidelines. Wasn't able to quite get his full foot on it. Southern doing a nice move to get around here. Nice pickup by Murray. Murray spinning out of the way of defender. Trying to get some footwork.
That's Goodson, number 5.
Oh, it's Goodson, yeah.
Okay. You had me confused. And again, referee doesn't call. And again, you just got to play. You know, that's what you got to tell your players. You know, there's no good going to come from chirping at the ref. Play.
Yeah, they can't be expecting anything today. A nice stop there. Here comes Shawnee with the chip over. Look like it's going to roll back out. Oh, no, it's going to be saved by...
Gambino appeared to have room there that
yeah.
he could have dribbled forward and elected to go to the wing.
Yeah, it's interesting that he didn't decide to drive the net a little bit more there. There we go in front. There's a... Oh, there's a nice kick. Oh!
Off the side of the net. Tough angle there for Goodson.
Goodson upset with himself, obviously, after that one. He had hands
Very
on his
tough
head.
angle, though.
He made a good attempt at it. Here goes the goal kick for Southern. Nice header by Ribeiro. Here comes Shawnee. Be kicked back down by Southern. Oh. One almost came towards the booth. Just goes Ribeiro throwing it in for Shawnee. Here goes Paga. Paga putting it down towards the net. That's going to be a goal for Shawnee! What a kick there by Vaughn Paga. He scored that from almost the 50. Oh my God, what a leg from Vaughn Paga, putting that deep and in over the head of goalkeeper Braden Dugan.
That's one you don't anticipate.
That is not one. You know, Dugan, he's a goalkeeper that not as quite as tall as Phil Gardella, so he doesn't have exactly the reach he was. So Paga just put it up towards the top of the net, and Shawnee got a goal to tie it there. So 27 minutes left in the second half of this quarterfinal, and we're all tied up. Here comes Shawnee. Shawnee, some nice tap passes along the far side. They're going to put it back in front. Let's see if Kane Feudner can try to get another one here. Aiden Jaquinto, goalie's out of the net. Good save there by Dugan, getting a hand on it and pulling it down.
Very near out of the box area, though.
Yeah, he was really playing aggressive with that. Aiden Lewis will take it up the side.
And I think that last goal had something to do with it because he stayed back in the net before and it didn't, or he came out, you know, a little bit, but.
Another chip high. Oh, there's Kane Feudner coming across trying to get ahead on it. Shawnee definitely seems to have picked up some momentum with that. Well, let's take a look at that last goal with the Ivy Rehab replay. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com.
There's the long, long ball. And it went off his hand and just wasn't able to.
Yeah, it was Vaughn Paga just put a
Interesting.
tremendous kick in there. Wasn't quite sure if Kane Feudner may have gotten a head on that, but it seemed like he did.
I think more of a, you know, I'm going to use the term screen. As he, I think the goalie took.
There's another one. Dugan running out towards it. Paga could have, or Kane Feudner could have had a foot on that.
I really believe that the goalie took his eye off the ball when Feudner came right in front of him.
Feudner's
and it distracted him to the point that he couldn't make the save.
Yeah, Feudner's one of the bigger players for Shawnee. He really is rushing that goalie, and that's something that Phil Gardella's been doing a good job at, not letting anybody get in his way and back him off his ground. Come on, Paga. Putting a nice deep one, too. Here comes Shawnee. Go over to Lewis. Lewis will put it back across to Feudner. Feudner will put it back to Ribeiro. Ribeiro will go across to Artis. They're going to put one deep in. Be headed out by Southern. Southern now has a collision at midfield. Looks like there's not going to be a call on it.
The physical level of this game is picking up.
It really is. It's certainly seems to be heating up. Nice play by Brett Funk getting.
And ends up going out off of Southern.
All right, here goes Phil Gardella with a goalie kick now. He's going to kick this one.
Looks like number 6, and if I pronounce this wrong, maybe you could help me. James Bacchino?
Bacchino.
I'm not of Italian heritage, therefore I never know if it's a hard C or soft C, if it's a cuss sound or a chus sound. But thank you for that, Mr. Minshaw.
Absolutely, that's a tough one, Mr. Glasner. It's a tough name to pronounce. There's Brett Funk down in the corner, fighting for it.
That's a real nice job of him keeping number 13.
Oh, yeah, Brett Funk after getting knocked down on that first goal.
Dylan Blavelt.
Making sure to keep his balance.
And not let the ball hit him to go out, which would result in a corner. So.
Here's Gardella with the kick. He's going to kick one deep. Nice head by Kane Feudner, getting it down. There you go. There's a nice move by Shawnee. Faking out the defender. Here comes Shawnee, bringing it back in, and there's Bacchino. Bacchino putting it down towards the front of the net. Feudner there. What a save by Dugan.
He kind of right in front of Feudner, so the ball never got to Feudner.
Good heads-up play by Dugan to make sure to cut Feudner off there. Doesn't give him the chance to get a header.
I think he learned from that goal that he can't have Feudner in front of him.
Oh, I'm sure he's been reviewing tape, or coaches have told him, you know, Feudner's one of the top scorers for Shawnee, and he's been all season just putting in headers. Well, let's take a replay. Let's take a closer look at that one with the Ivy Rehab replay. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. And see
There's the
Bokina.
cross.
Yeah,
And
Bokina
watch
puts it
if,
right
we,
in
if we
front.
have it. Look how he just cut right in front of Feudner so that the ball didn't go to Feudner.
Feudner was in perfect position. Here's a Shawnee coming in front. Shawnee's going to put it towards the net. That's rolling. It'll be picked up by Dugan. Dugan will punt it out. Nice and high. It'll get through. Southern kicking it up. Here comes Southern with the shot. That'll be high and wide. Phil Gardella getting ready to take the goal kick. Gardella putting one high and deep. Off the head of Southern. James Bokino running for it for Shawnee. Bokino getting ready to throw this one in. Oh, nice move there by Lewis trying to get free. Be brought right back to Shawnee. Shawnee kicking it across. I think that's Delmeyer.
Oh,
Delmeyer.
nice pass.
Oh, nice pass by Delmeyer over to Murray. Murray will put it forward.
Tried to get Lawrence, but it wasn't able to get there.
Bit of carve in that ball.
Yeah, it's amazing the spin these soccer players can put on the ball.
Yeah, goalie took it. Oh, here goes Delmeyer trying to get front, and he'll be knocked down. Sounded like there was a whistle there, but here's the header. Again headed. Here goes Shawnee kicking it back in front.
Henneman there with a nice play again. He's been the best defender that has been on the field for Southern today.
Been all over. Saying his name a lot. Goes Brent Funk staying back. Funk's gonna get right on to Bokino. Bokino doing a nice slide there, getting ahead of the ball. Funk fighting for it. That'll be a throw in for Southern.
Bye, Scott. Anyway, I'd like to apologize in advance for tomorrow.
Under 20 minutes now remaining in the second half. Regulation play now, as we're going to call it.
Well, Scott, could you remind us of the, maybe a little bit early, but could you remind us of the overtime rules if this game does in fact stay at 1-1 for the next 18 minutes?
Well, just like the regular season, you'll have two 10-minute periods. If you score a goal in either of those 10 minutes, the game is over.
So it's, I've heard it referred to as a golden goal around
Golden
here.
goal. Old days we called it sudden death, but now they call it golden goal. But unlike a regular season game where if there's nothing scored in that 20-minute period, the two 10 minutes, in a playoff game, you will go to penalty kicks. And that's how they will decide who advances to the next round. The only time that doesn't go into effect is if it would be the state final. And then there would be a co-champions.
It's an interesting distinction to make, to have it all throughout playoffs and Canada tie, and then state finals have co-champions.
You're fragile, 13. Ref, come on. Ref, why? Option number 13. Come on, ref. Oh, okay, nod your head.
Kick in for Paga. Oh, there goes Aiden Lewis. Doesn't look like he had a foot on it. There's Ryan Artis putting the head on it, putting it down towards Southern. That will be a goal kick for Southern.
Hahnemann again. Lorenz cuts off the attempted clearing pass.
Lorenz putting in a nice block there by Southern. Ribera will get it. He kicked back out to Von Pega. Burkino putting it down. He pushed back in towards Aiden Lewis. Aiden Lewis running for it. He picked up by Southern and shot down the other way. Paga puts it down to Lewis. Lewis using some nice moves to get across. He's going to put it towards the front. Be kicked back out by Southern. Burkino will intercept it before he can get it to the feet of a Southern player. Oh, Shawnee breaking the ankles of a Southern defender. He's going to kick it in towards the front. Be a Shawnee corner kick, I believe.
Said it went off his knee. Shawnee hasn't had much success on corners today. They really haven't had a very good scoring opportunity. No, it's going to be a throw. It said it went out just before the flag, so it's a throw in instead of a corner. Good throw.
There's Shawnee
the
another
drive.
chance.
Oh, and
Oh,
a great save.
what a save there by Braden Dugan.
I believe
It's
that
a
was
quick
James Murray
shot.
that took the shot went right inside the post, and a good diving save by Dugan to keep this one tied at a goal apiece.
Real quick shot right on target by Murray, and Dugan is just able to step in front of it. Oh, good save there by Gardella.
So good saves at each end of the field in the last minute. First by Dugan and then by Gardella.
Gardella doing a nice job, as he has been the whole game, to stay in positioning and be right on top of that. Oh, Paga might be down after that one. Paga's laying down on the field.
Yeah,
He's holding in the back of his thigh, it looks like.
yeah, but I think more of a wind knockout situation there just when he came down. I think he's asking to come out, and they're going to stop the clock here now.
Brent Funk, his teammate, went over and helped him up.
And he is coming out.
Multiple substitutions for Shawnee. We see Kane Feudners make his way back onto the field alongside Dan Goodson and Jackson Goldman. Push back in towards the net. There's a shot and it's tapped. Oh, it's going to go just over the net.
Top. Wow.
Dan Goodson putting it just over the net. Terrific scoring opportunity for Shawnee. High and deep. Ribeiro's going to kick it up.
And in the trash can.
Should count for something. It's like we had the Southern bench there. We're all reaching for it. Thrown for Shawnee. Dan Goodson will be knocked down. Wasn't able to quite keep control of it. Southern now throwing the ball in. Devin Ribeiro doing a nice job to cut that off. Give him the kick across. Here comes Shawnee, now coming in fast. Aiden Lewis. He's going to kick over. Oh, and that's going to carve.
Great angle we had here from the booth. Looked like it was going to go inside the post and just kept hooking just outside the post.
I said that earlier. That's such an amazing thing that they can do with the ball to really make it just take a complete carve with it and just change the total direction. The header by Devin Ribeiro. Again, Ribeiro. Off that of Feudner. Goodson just missed that one. Goodson staying right on top of it. All right, well, let's take a look at a couple saves here now. Sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com.
This is the Shawnee shot on goal. Big, strong throw in. Here's the drive right, looking to just get inside that post. And a great save there by Braden Dugan. And at the other end, a great attempt by Southern. And Phil Gardella comes up big for the Renegades to keep us tied at 1.
Nice header off the head of Ribeiro. Here's Ribeiro hitting it in. It's Gambino. Aquino. Aquino putting it up to Jaquinto. Jaquinto looking up for Goodson. Goodson with the pass back to Jaquinto. Jaquinto doing a nice move to get in front. He's going to put it across down to, I believe that's Goldman. Be kicked out by Southern and held by the Shawnee bench. That'll result in a throw-in for Shawnee. There it is for Shawnee. Oh, just wide again.
Boy, they've had a couple of good scoring opportunities here in the last 6 or 7 minutes, unable to convert them.
Very close.
Now Southern coming back the other way, but nicely stripped by Goodson. Ball comes back to Southern now. Chip down the sideline is going to roll over the sideline. Throw in for Shawnee.
Man, this game has really picked up this second half. We didn't see a lot of action in the first half, but we've definitely seen the fair share of it.
No, way more scoring opportunities this half than the first half. And that's kind of opening up a little bit because you know you need a goal, and each team has scored one.
Here comes Shawnee now. They got some speed coming up the sideline. There's Caden Feuner. That's going to be picked up by
Just rolled to the goalie first.
Braden Dugan. Good play by Dugan getting out there and being aggressive with it. Ribeiro will put it up to Goodson. Goodson will go across. Go over to Delmeyer. Delmeyer chipping it up. Be heading out by Southern. Good play there by Southern, getting it out in front of their own, getting out of their own zone. Ribeiro now, he's going to take a look at it. There's Delmeyer. Will result in a throw-in for Shawnee.
Paga to throw it in.
Paga's going to get a run and start with it. He kicks right back out to Paga. He's going to...
Put out by Hahnemann again.
Really strong defensive play by Hahnemann so far this whole game. Just over 7 minutes to go. Nice footwork there by Shawnee. Be brought back to Paga. Paga's going to go back in. There's a shot in on Dugan. Dugan will easily grab that one and start to head out. Looking up the field, he'll punt it. Shawnee picks it up immediately. Down to Goodson. Good, oh, it's a nice play there. Oh, there's going to be... I am shocked that there's not a whistle there. Goodson looks like he completely got obstructed going across. There's Ribeiro with another shot.
Ribeiro's
Goodson
down,
looks
holding
like
his knee. It may be a cramp. We'll stop the clock again.
Yeah, Ribeiro is, seems as if there's a Southern player helping out Ribeiro. Athletic trainer Kip Patterson making his way out.
Great show of sportsmanship, and I think that's number 2, Ethan Lemming. Great show of sportsmanship by
Yeah,
young
jumping
Mr.
right
Lemming.
in, helping him out. So he's being assisted right now by athletic trainer Kip Patterson. So if he's standing up right now.
Mr. Patterson's got a long day because he's got the football game tonight.
Yeah, Mr. Patterson, he will be working the football game. He'll be on the sidelines for that whole Well, here we go. Southern will get ready to kick this one back in. Here goes Southern, taking it from the goal line. Put it back up to midfield. All right, well, real quick, let's take a minute to thank our LDTV sports crew. On cameras, we have Benjamin Berry, Alex Falkenstein, Alex Goldfinger, Hannah Miner, John Oliazax, Darren West, and Stephen Minder. And option 2 students, Talon Loriello. Thanks a lot to everyone who comes out and makes these shoots possible.
Of course, we're going to be joined for our player of the game a little bit later on by Alexa Henry. Scott Minshaw doing a great job on the play-by-play as always.
You too as well, Mr. Glosner, doing a wonderful job today with the color commentary.
5 minutes now remaining in regulation. Probably not a stretch to say, Scott, that if one of the two teams gets a goal here in the last 5 minutes, I think that's going to be enough. So next goal is probably going to win this game, whether it comes in regulation or one of the golden goals periods. And if not, then we could see penalty kicks. Don't often see penalty kicks here on LDTV. To decide a game anyway. We've seen penalty kicks, obviously, when those calls come, but
No, I never see them as a deciding factor in a game like they would be if we saw them here today. There's Goodson. Goodson trying to get through. Good play there by Southern. There's Paga.
both players who had come out of the game at some point for Shawnee, Paga and Ribeiro, are both back in the game in the last 4 minutes now.
Here's Gambino. Gambino put it down towards Lorenz. Lorenz putting it down towards the net. Will be
wide and a goal kick.
A lot of goal kicks today.
Well, a lot of shots at the net, looking for deflections maybe, or a misplay by the goalie. Haven't seen that at all today. Interesting change here, because looks like Bradley Bischoff going to take this kick. Oh, and that's a nice ball.
Off the head of Ribeiro.
Over to Nico Leonard, number 17. He is the goal scorer for Southern.
That's freshman Nico Leonard.
Shawnee's goal, of course, scored by number 11, Vaughn Paga.
There's Artis.
On what might be the longest goal in terms of distance I've seen in the years I've been doing LDTV.
Oh, that goal looked like he almost took that from the 50-yard line. There's Bacchino who's going to put it up.
Now it's
There you'll
interesting
get a whistle.
now you're under 3 minutes and you don't want to be the one to make the mistake. So
Yeah,
you
no,
might see a little bit more defensive attitude from whatever squad is defending when the ball comes into their territory.
Now it's really whoever gets the next goal will probably be the winner of this game.
And head on to the semifinals.
So nice high kick. There it is. So Kane Feudner looking for the tip in. Nice stop there by Dugan. Southern kicking it down deep. Ribeiro is slow to get up. Ribeiro looks like he's finally going to stand up. Seems to be nursing his ankle a little bit. And
now another Shawnee player down at midfield with what appears to be another cramp. It is a bit warm and humid today for obviously early November. You'd take a day like this if it was August, wouldn't you?
yeah.
But, you know, we've had some cooler weather, and now we've got some warmth and a little humidity out here. And
Another good show of sportsmanship by Southern. Lemming again going out there and assisting the Shawnee player.
it's a good break maybe for Ribeiro, though, because he looked like he was not 100% there.
Yeah, Ribeiro got was not sure if he was going to get up from midfield. He seemed to be laying down.
And this one's James Murray.
Ribeiro and Murray, both big players for Shawnee.
I'll make sure he gets some hydration in him. .137 to go.
Goes Gardella. Gardella's going to kick one long and high. Ribeiro will put it towards the net. It's standing there for Goodson. Goodson will take it
with a minute 20 to go. I was just thinking we had 50-second victory, you know, with 50 seconds left against Seneca, and now Goodson, who's had a couple opportunities.
Goodson, I was just
and
going to say.
now what a ball off the right foot, and this time it curved back inside the post.
Goodson
What a shot.
Made a mark to make sure he did not miss that
Dan
opportunity.
Goodson, the senior midfielder, has given Shawnee the lead with a minute 20 to go.
He has absolutely just made up for whatever he's done in the rest of this game. He had a couple of great shots earlier that were just a little bit high. He made sure that one stayed in between the pipes. There goes Southern now. Good defensive play there by Shawnee.
They're going to call a foul.
Looks like Vaughn Paga may have gotten pushed down there.
Oh, and a yellow card.
I think that's going to be on whoever pushed Vaughn Paga. It seemed as if he took a fall.
I guess the yellow is on
number 8. I think that's Nico.
No, number 8 is Nico, yeah.
Nico
Wadilla. I gotta believe that J's silent.
Well, let's take a look at the replay of that with the Ivy Rehab replay. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Yeah, as you see there, that's just a standard play. Vaughn Paga stands back up. And
there's the yellow. That's what the yellow card's for.
Nico.
So the foul is on Paga, but the yellow card is because of the push in the back on Wadilla.
That's an unnecessary thing to do for Wadilla. That's just, I don't believe at all that Vaughn Paga was trying to trip him up there. He's just trying to go for the ball. And
Aiden Lewis checks in now for Jackson Goldman.
Just a minute over to play here in the second half of this
moving him back to 10 yards it is required. So here we go, a minute 2 to go.
It's a huge kick here for Southern.
And it's direct. Means it doesn't have to be touched by another player. There's a good chip. And what a save!
What a save by Gardella.
It's going to be a goal kick, but what a save is right. Now it's going to be a goal kick for Southern.
The reaction time of Gardella to be able to stop
and
that.
Then
What a save.
It bounced off the Shawnee player and almost went in the goal.
The ref just looked like he flashed another yellow card. I'm not sure.
He's got a yellow on 13.
Just saw the ref pull out another yellow card. Not sure what that was
Dylan
for.
Blauvelt. And it had to be for something he said, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm sure there were some words exchanged down.
So now they go down their bench to a freshman, Kevin Kiernan. It appears to be Colin McHugh, who made that great defensive play a long time ago in the first half. Going to take this corner with 50 seconds to go.
This is a huge kick for Southern. They need to get something going here if they want to get this game to overtime.
Referee now talking to
the referees need to keep this
still
under control.
Gardella.
50 seconds left in the game like this. You've had 2 yellow cards in the last 30 seconds. This is a game to get out of control very quickly. Especially if there's words being exchanged down low, which would we assume that last yellow card was given for.
Left footer ball should hook towards the goal. It's low, too low.
There we go.
And Paga.
Vaughn Paga doing a nice job.
Got to get the ball higher than
that.
Couple of good clears by the Renegades and they'll be moving on. McHugh's on the far side, battling over there.
Shawnee's got control.
Can't get it out. but over the end line. And now they'll have a goal kick.
25 seconds left. That
Huge goal kick right here. If he can get it past the midfield
if
stripe.
Cardella can get this down, this game
Yeah.
is pretty much over. Cardella doing.
Now remember, clock is running. It's not like in other sports where the ball goes out of play and the clock stops.
There's Cardella.
Beautiful,
deep.
beautiful.
Good
And there it
kick
is.
by
That's going to do
Cardella.
it. That's going to
Oh,
do
there
it.
goes Ribeiro
Doesn't matter
going
what
on it.
happens now.
This game
3,
is
2,
over.
1, and that's going to end it.
What a game
And
there
the
by
Renegades are going to
Shawnee.
move on with a goal with 1:20 to go. Well, I'll tell you, it's going to make the job for the guys in the truck who select the player of the game pretty easy choice, I would think.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
What a goal by Dan Goodson with 1:20. Second time this year we've been here for a game. In the one game they beat Seneca with 50 seconds to go, and now they advance with a victory over Southern Regional with 1:20 left in the contest.
Well, what a play there by Goodson to, keep his head up and just keep playing. He had 2 missed opportunities earlier in the game, and he just kept going with it and made sure to bury that last opportunity and put this game away.
And for Southern Regional, the 11 seed coming in. We'll get to that in a minute.
Well, let's take a look at Phil Garcella's save there at the end. Sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy. Visit them on the web at ivyrehab.com.
This probably prevented an overtime situation. It's the great
there
kick
you
by
can
Lemming,
see.
and there's the header, beautiful.
Oh,
and
my.
and then it
Wow.
almost hits.
It almost hits Artis. I think that was Ryan Artis in the face. It
I
bounces
think you're
back
right.
in.
It was Ryan Artis, and almost went back in.
Cardella, wow. The
So
reaction
great
time for
save.
Cardella there to put his hands up and make that save and throw that ball back out. Well, the Renegades will now move on to the semifinals in South Jersey Group 4, defeating the Southern Regional Rams by a score of 2-1 here in today's matchup.
Southern Regional
Wow.
played their hearts out. Unfortunately for them, they're going to be going home instead of on to the next round. So for some of these players, that's probably the last time they'll play competitive soccer, as you said earlier. But kudos to the Rams. They came in here, took the lead, but equally strong by the Shawnee Renegades, showing why they are the powerhouse soccer team that they are, to be able to come back and get a victory.
All right, well, we're going to take a break now. We'll be right back with the play and the player of the game.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or ComegnoLaw.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003 or on the web at www.pwpm.net. And by Heads Up, Eyes Forward. Please never drive distracted. www.lrhsd.org/heads-up. For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 8680, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org. Welcome to the Lenape High School Cafeteria. Here in the Lenape Regional High School District, nutrition is made a top priority for our students. The Lenape District promotes the importance of eating healthy by following the United States Department of Agriculture's Offer versus Serve policy. Under this policy, students are offered protein, grain, 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, and milk. Upon entering the lunch line at their school, students are presented with a wide array of options for all their dietary needs, ranging from gluten-free to vegetarian. Even the pickiest eaters are sure to find something they will love. To encourage healthier choices, the Lenape District puts an emphasis on fresh produce. By teaming up with locally based companies throughout South Jersey, we can bring the freshest produce from the farm right to our students. Our salad bar offers students the option to make their own salad, which can be piled high with their favorite healthy selections. Students that prefer a sandwich will truly appreciate the extensive deli bar options, where sandwiches are made to order based on students' own tastes. Students that are on the go can check out the snack area and select one of the convenient grab-and-go options, including beverages, ready-made salads, and pizza. The rotating daily feature, or the premium lunch, is a great option for students craving variety. Each school day, students are presented with something new to look forward to, including the always popular taco bar. For students that prefer the standards, there is always the combo option, featuring chicken patties, cheesesteaks, and more. There's even a quick and easy way to pay that works just like a debit card. Parents can set up an account online to transfer funds and view transactions. You're guaranteed to find something you like when it's time for lunch.
Hello and welcome back to Shawnee High School. I'm Scott Minchall, joined by Scott Glosner. We've just witnessed the Shawnee Renegades defeat the Southern Regional Rams by a score of 2-1 in the South Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals. Now we're going to send it down to the player of the game. It's now time for the Reconstructive Orthopedics player of the game. Give them a call at 1-800-896-RECON or on the web at www.reconstructiveortho.com. Let's send it down to Alexa, standing by for the interview.
Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh. Thanks, guys. Okay, Philip. Now, take me through some of the big saves that you had during this game.
Some of them are pretty casual saves. They're just run-of-the-mill saves. But it's really the one at the end that, I saw the ball come over, it got crossed. Literally, I don't know. It didn't really I didn't have to think about it. Just my hand just kind of reached out, got a hand on the ball, and I tipped it out wide behind the net. And that was it. That's all I can really think about right now is that last save at the end. Yeah, it was really cool. I'm really excited right now, sorry.
You're good. So what is the team's mindset going into the next game?
Same mindset we've had going in every single game we played in. We play in a really tough conference for regular season. We treat every game like a playoff game. So really we can't change our mindset. We got to stay focused and keep working towards the prize, which is a state championship.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you very much, Alexa, and congratulations, Phil. That really was a terrific game. A huge save at the end really made the win possible for the Renegades. Well, now let's take a look at the Good Hands play of the game. Sponsored by Michael McDyer, CLTC. Give him a call at 609-654-1426 or at Michael McDyer at allstate.com. Allstate, you're in good hands. Here's the play. Ribeiro kicks it up, puts it right to Goodson, who's waiting for it, and he puts a beautiful curve on that ball and lodges it right behind the top left post. What a scary play there by Goodson. He had a couple missed opportunities in the first half, made sure to put that one in the back of the net. Okay, well, if you'd like to buy this production or any other LDTV sports productions, they're available online at youtube.com/Lenape District TV, or they're available for purchase at www.lrhsd.org/LDTV copies. For the next game, the LDTV Fall Sports will be governing. Check out the LDTV Sports website for a complete schedule at lrhsd.org/LDTV. Well, to wrap it up, we've seen a terrific game today between the 13-3-3 Shawnee Renegades and the 12-7-4 Southern Regional Rams. The Renegades were able to pull out a win with a score of 2-1 in the South Jersey Group 4 Round 2 playoff quarterfinals. Well, on behalf of everybody here at LDTV, Scott Glosner, Alexa Henry, I'm Scott Minchall. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
This program was produced by Lenape District Television.
Do you have a plan to increase security in places like that?
The district has up-to-date and well-tested emergency response plans